Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 23, and it is time to start our MotoGP career mode right here, right now in the Portuguese GP. It is round 1. So here we go then, guys and girls, from the back of the grid. Well, not quite, we are one position ahead of Alex Rins, but we're going to be starting from 21st here in the sprint for the first sprint in our MotoGP career mode. And oh my god, look at that start, that's a little bit different from what we had in Moto 2. Things were much different as we try and sneak up the inside of a couple of riders. We went off the inside of Digi and then Alex Marquez, and now I'm trying to fight to get into some decent positions as we go into the inside of Marco Bezzecchi and push him really wide. I don't think he's going to be too happy about that move as I get caught onto the curb into turn 4. But if you watched the winter testing yesterday, you'll know that I had some difficulties in this particular test, and now I'm trying, oh, it's really late. Making all sorts of contact with Maverick Vinales ahead of us. I'm just not quite got the feeling yet with the GasGasers. Wow, the two Aprilias going left and right to the right hand side of me there. Good lord, what a bizarre start this has been. I'm desperate to try and get a good start, but this is nowhere near as easy as it was in Moto 2. The starts there were just really in our favour, but the 120% difficulty AI right now are putting on a cracking fight as I tried to go up the inside of Raul Fernandez. But my biggest problem here, and the biggest problem with it was in the winter test, is I just couldn't get any momentum. It was constantly far behind the AI, and it looks to be the same way here as once again sneak over the inside of Marco Bezzecchi, desperate to keep those positions because, of course, in the sprint you can only earn points from 9th position and above, and right now that's occupied by a KTM in the distance in the form of Brad Binder. But look at the speed of the AI. Simply can't compete with that going into the Galp, but hopefully here we'll see how much the difference is in the terms of acceleration. Not bad, but even on Power Setting 3 I just feel tremendously sluggish. I can't even get past the Aprilia here, but hard on the brakes, try and regain the position ahead of one of the Aprilias. I think it was Aleix Espargaro as we give contact to Miguel Oliveira in his home circuit as more contacts have been made going into Lagos for turn 3. What a really tight, a close, competitive race this has been so far. I mean, quick reminder, I did start from 21st on the grid, and this has been a pretty good improvement, but there's going to be no points on offer at this stage. But once again, into the Tour VIP, we do close back in on Marco Bezzecchi, and the Aprilia ahead of us is Raul Fernandez. But look at that speed coming out of the corners there. The AI are just absolutely killing it. They are really fast here in Portimao, and especially in this sprint race. I have to dig down deep to even think, to actually even dream about earning a point here. And here comes Aleix Espargaro, beautiful move up in the inside to the Craig Jones corner. I'm going to try and go round the outside, certainly not going to happen, but one can dream. And then as we now fall behind even further, we're dropping down into the clutches of Luca Marini, who of course is now Repsol Honda bound, as we sneak up the inside again. No, I think no, that was probably worse. Oh, I almost dropped, oh my lord, I almost lost the front then. Desperate to just regain some positions, but honestly, I'm foreseeing this one as we're going to just be falling backwards in a minute. I have no speed coming out of these corners. I just can't contend with this AI. Wow, they are super strong. This is what we were looking forward to, but I honestly don't know if it's just the difficulty or the fact that this bike is absolutely terrible. Look at that. Even with Power Setting 3, I cannot stay ahead of the competition. Wow, this is going to be very challenging, and considering that this bike has a high fuel depletion rate, we're going to be in some very difficult situations this season, considering we'll not be able to use Power Setting 3 for the majority of the race. We're lucky in this regard because we can use it for the sprint, but honestly, wow, this has been really challenging. I think we're only decent in the first 2 sectors. If you watched the winter test, you'll know that was the conclusion I came to at the end of that video. Is simply that the latter stage of this race and this track is just really difficult for me. I just seem to slow down so much. As wow, what a punt that was from Luca Marini. He's doing his teammate a favour from earlier on. Now comes Franco Morbidelli, the VR46 Academy, definitely having a pop at me here in this race. And any more positions we lose now, we're going to be at the back of the grid. So I do not want to have that embarrassment. Wow, that was already an embarrassing moment going into turn 11. Paul Espargaro to the left-hand side there. A biggest goal in this video here today is I know I'm not going to do particularly well, but I've got to beat Paul Espargaro. I've got to beat my teammate, so going to try and keep an eye on him, and hopefully I can get past him going onto the back straight. But I'm struggling as it stands, I really am. So if you are enjoying the content so far, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. Not that far away from 10,000 subscribers, and you'd be able to help me get that feat if you didn't mind. But as it stands, look at Takaki Nakagami coming down. Yeah, this is it. We are now dead last. Have I just been absolutely duped with the bike option in this year's game? Because so far in this season, this GasGas has looked absolutely horrendous for me to start the season off with. We desperately need some upgrades, and they need to come fast. Because looking at the speed that we lose on the straights, the corner speed coming out of the corners, especially like here for example, we just can't. Oh, I'm lucky there because they did touch the rumble strips. I'm trying to go hard on the brakes there. Digia is in the position where I wanted to be, but coming out of this corner, I'm full acceleration here, and I managed to keep up with them a little bit there, but not able to get past. This is going to be really challenging, but I'm all for the challenge. It just might not be as interesting to watch from the back of the grid, but I would like to think that this is not where our potential lies. Who knows what's going to be like for the latter stage of the season, and no matter what I do, going over that hill there, I just can't keep the front end of the RC16 down. I've tried anti-wheelie on 5, and I've tried anti-wheelie 4 with feathering the acceleration, pushing forward on the left analog stick, and I just can't seem to get the bike to stop from wheeling in that corner. And now into turn 30. Yeah, look at the difference there from the acceleration. We are getting eaten a lot. It feels like I'm running power setting 2. It actually doesn't feel like I'm running the highest power setting. This is peculiar, very peculiar right now. The AI are extremely strong. And I tell you who is strong, Pecco Bagnaia. Look at him, he's already got a lead of a good couple of seconds there going into the Primera corner. He's approaching turn 2 and then into Lagos not so long afterwards. But for us, yeah, I think winter test yielded a 138.5 or 138.6, something like that. We're not going to get anywhere near that. This has been a bad debut so far. Not to worry, because we do have the full race coming up very, very soon. Of course, guys, I did read the poll, and I'm doing the video now. And I understand that you guys want to see the sprint and the race in one full video. So that's what we're going to do this season. That'll be, of course, 20 races, or 40 races, but 20 videos on MotoGP 23. So I'm hoping, if I get them done relatively quick enough, we can start a second season before MotoGP 24 arrives. Because as it stands, very much like it was like in Moto 2, I am going to need a second season to try and become victorious. But again, over the rise there, before the Craig Jones corner, we struggle again with the fuel. Excuse me, with the wheelie. I did drop down to power setting 2 there, thinking that maybe this is glitched, because I honestly can't tell you if I'm in the highest power setting, because it just feels so slow. I'm really shocked. I don't ever remember struggling like this in the quick races or in or doing the championship mode by myself. I've never noticed this. But the AI right now are far superior. They are doing a stellar job, and I'm all for it. I'm hoping I can certainly make some very interesting content this season, but so far this debut has not gone well. But as I say, we're not going to earn any points even if we get a couple more positions, and I think 22nd place is dead last, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, every team has two riders in it, so yeah, we should be down in 22nd as dead last. But yeah, a bit embarrassing. The winter test, I felt the same way, and here it feels more harder. We had a very challenging season in Moto 2, which ultimately turned out to be very successful in the end, but who knows if... Oh, wow, the bike completely lost all power then just for touching the curb. Really peculiar. This bike does not feel good. Not at all. I am beginning to regret my decision to go with the KTM. The GasGas is... it was a gamble, because I think the Aprilia, especially the RNF Aprilia, was good enough. It had a lot more positives, but I wanted to try something new. As it stands, I am not confident about this now. I guess what I can do in the race is just to hope to God that I get a good start, push as much as we possibly can as I go wide there into turn 11, and just hopefully acquire at least a couple of points. Of course, the opportunity is, well, the objective is to defeat Paul Espargaro and stay ahead of him. We only need to do that over the next 3 rounds, which will be Argentina, followed by the Circuit of the Americas. So 2 very difficult tracks. But we'll see what happens. I'm keen to record the rest of the races later. But for now, I'm a little bit embarrassed, to be honest with you. I thought I was decent in this game, but now I'm beginning to feel a little bit not so great, to say it in a more diplomatic way. I've got a lot of practice to do, but maybe it's just how difficult this is. Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. I'm definitely curious to hear what you think, and let's hope we can do a good lap on this final lap. And in a moment, we will start the final race of today, which will be the full 13-lap or 14-lap race coming up very soon, as we almost lose the rear there going into Lagos. A lot of nuances I'm going to have to get used to after doing so much Moto 2. It's not so simple now. We've had a very powerful bike towards the latter stage of Moto 2 when we were competing for victories and then ultimately winning the championship. It's probably going to be something similar here with the KTM, with the GasGas, the RC16. It's going to be a lot of races to learn and understand the bike. And I think, as well, there are a few tracks in this game where the AI are just too good. And this may be one of them. I'm not the best at Portimao, but the AI seem to be doing just fine. But we'll see what's going to happen for the rest of the season. I do know the likes of Assen and some others like that, they do really struggle, so that's where we can take advantage later on in the season. Around round 8, I think it should be, for the Dutch TT. But we're 20 seconds behind Pecco. Shocking. Absolutely abysmal, that is. And now into the final couple of corners. I imagine that's going to be a 21-second advantage to the world champion. So far, we did lose 4 tenths in that sector. And it's hovering around the same. So we did actually improve towards the last stage of the video, but nothing to get excited about, nothing to be positive about. Let's move on to the race in a moment and start the first race of the season. The debut race. The debut sprint's been bloody awful, but the debut race may be something else. Let's find out in a moment's time. So yeah, disappointment from myself and from my virtual counterpart. So Pecco Bagnaia wins and Bastianini is second, so they take the perfect weekend so far in the sprint. And then of course Martin and Zarco take the second runners-up. But scrolling down, as you can see, oh, I wasn't quite last. Fabio Quartararo DNF'd, so we're still still dead last, though, in my opinion. So here we go then, guys. The sprint was absolutely awful, but can we redeem ourselves in the full race? We wait for the red lights to go out, and away we go. That's not a bad start, but still on the start we get Left 4 Dead. Goodness me. That's a game I've not played in a while, Left 4 Dead. But anyway, back to the story at hand. I'm trying to regain some positions, or at least get some positions. We didn't do too bad in the sprint. And I've got to say, that's not bad. We're up to 10th place already. Vinales there on the left-hand side. He's trying to launch an attack. And now into the Tour VIP. They were slow here on the previous into the sprint. Oh no, Sarko! Oh, I really didn't want to hit him there because I think we had a good line to get through and everyone. But we're now up to 5th position. What a start! Brilliant! This is exactly what I was looking forward to. Maybe they're just really, really strong in the sprint. I have no idea. But the bike feels a little bit better. I don't think the bike feels better. Maybe the AI just don't feel as too damn good. They actually feel more competitive. But what I am concerned about is that we've now got to suffer using the lower fuel settings. And look at us trying to nip up in the inside of Enea Bastianini. Not close enough yet, but from 21st to 5th on the first lap is nothing to scoff at. We're looking at 9 championship points as we completely lose the handle going into turn 3. And all of that's coming crashing down again. We're down to 7th place as we're mucking up the lines for the KTMs. Brad Binder there just behind us. Jack Miller was off the circuit as Johan Zarco gets punted to the distance as well. But I'm sneaking back up the inside of Brad Binder. Don't really want to be winding him. Oh, more contact with the South African. Looking like I was Alex Marquez there from Valencia. Oh my god, look at the speed of the Aprilia on the straight. Where the hell did that come from? That is mega fast from the number 12 as Brad Binder, oh my lord, he's trying to hold onto the bike. And we are now squeezed up on the inside and we have the 7th position again. What a result that would be. From a devastating sprint to some redeeming features here. We're fighting, we're having a good time here in Portimao. We just needed to skip the sprint. We'll lose the 9 points, then try and gain 7 in the race. And look at us up on the inside to gain another couple of points. Up at this time ahead of Jack Miller, and I don't think he appreciated that. Interesting enough in this game, Jack Miller is classed as the main rider out of KTM. I'm a little bit surprised at that, because of course Brad Binder is the KTM guy. But yeah, for some reason Jack Miller is the guy we don't want to be upsetting. And right now, as it stands, I'm getting right in there with him and trying to take over sixth position. So let's see what we can produce. But now into the Portimao corner. This is lap 2 of the full race. So of course we've got lots more races to do and a lot more laps to do in this one. So sign me up, I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to this because I'm holding my own. For now at least, until the AI gets stronger and stronger and we have to drop down to the second fuel option. Once that happens, I don't know where we'll drop to, but as long as we stay in the points, I'll put this down as a good debut. So as it stands, we're earning 8 points, which I'm thrilled about, because definitely didn't think that was possible when we were doing the winter test. But here comes the Aprilia again, just so much quicker than we are, and I'm still struggling with the wheelies. And oh, look at the speed of Brad Binder on the KTM as well. Look, yeah, we're getting annihilated when it comes to the top end speed, as that's really late. No, not into the Primera corner. That's cost us greatly. Back onto the circuit. We did lose 2 positions, but thankfully didn't lose any more than that. Marquez is just behind us, of course. Gresini Ducati bound is the real life Marc Marquez. In the game form, is still there on board the Repsol Honda with his teammate Joan Mir. So now on the brakes again. This time it is the Tour VIP, closing in quite rapidly on the Spaniard and South African ahead of us, with Marquez 4/10 of a second behind us. So we're good in the first couple of sectors. It's just the latter stage is where we lose a lot of time. And speaking of losing, we're also losing a lot of fuel. We're still down by minus 2.6, and there goes the game warning us again. Got to take our time with that. Here comes Marquez. Gesticulation from our rider, not happy with Marquez's contact going into the Craig Jones corner. And now for the very tight apex into turn 11. Downshifting to first, trying to get some oomph coming out of the corner here, because it just doesn't feel like the bike's got any torque. It's just got no power. Just really struggling to get into the exit of these corners. And there's Marquez trying to go around the outside. That's not going to happen. Good try, but no thanks. There's Johan Zarco, fastest man on circuit with a 1:37.768 is the one-time MotoGP winner. And now to the right-hand side. Wow, look at that from Espargaro. Aggressive move from the Spaniard. Oh, and here comes another duo of aggressive riders. There's Marquez and there's Marco Bezzecchi. The pair of them sorting me out here in Primera corner, or at least maybe we'll get them in the Primera corner, as a matter of fact. Late on the brakes as we possibly can. Up on the inside of the Aprilia, pushing us both wide. We regain 9th place. Not bad. Not bad at all. As Maverick Vinales is just ahead of us. I don't know where our potential lies in this one, but I just know when we drop down to Power Setting 2, things are going to go heck to a handbasket. It's really going to struggle. I don't think we can keep up with them after that. You better believe I'll try. I always do try as Espargaro comes through again. They are so aggressive. The MotoGP 23, 120% AI difficulty. They're too good. Much better than I am right now. And there's Marquez, more contact, this time in the Samsung corner. Not a corner you want to make contact with. Too many times I've been racing there and I've received contact and been sent down immediately. And yeah, this is going bad to worse. And we're not even down to Power Setting 2 yet. Oh, I anticipated that when I tensed up for the contact with Alex Rins then. I knew it was coming. But thankfully, because of that, we did hold on to the position. But I can't get it stopped into turn 13. And there's Joan Mir. He's still on the bike for now. Not a familiar sight we've seen this season. Oh, Lord Almighty. Deary me, I got so caught onto that curb there and I thought that was it. I had to straighten up, otherwise if Alex Rins hit me mid-corner, we would have been out. And speaking of out, we're out the points. Oh, this is just not going to plan. The difficulty level here in MotoGP 23 is off the roof. Look at that speed! How do I keep up with them? I'm in the slipstream and I can't even contend with that. It's that wheelie we're getting into the small crest. Into the, before the Primera corner on the long straight. Oh, this has been so challenging. Oh, I was trying to sneak up the inside. I'm desperate to keep into the points. Miguel, move. No. He won't let go. He won't yield. I've got to drop down to Power Setting 2 soon. We don't have enough fuel to stay on 3 for any longer. Trying to sneak up the inside of Marquez. Oh, it's not a clean move. None of these moves have been clean, but I'm afraid I've got no other choice. I simply cannot compete with these guys as it stands right now, and that's twice now. In two laps in a row, I've gone wide into turn 7, and that has cost us dearly. And we're down to 17th. The two Aprilias ahead of us. I really wanted to stay ahead of those Aprilias to remind myself that it wasn't a bad decision to go for the GasGas, because of course, as mentioned in the winter test, that the only two options I had available was that team ahead of us and the team we're on right now. So it was either RNF Aprilia or the Tech 3 GasGas team. So yeah, following in Pedro Acosta's footsteps, I thought this would go a little bit easier. But oh my god, Paul Espargaro! That was a hefty amount of contact. Lord almighty, that was a bit much. We've got a yellow flag out somewhere. Someone's gone down. It looks like it's behind us. So it's nothing to worry about right now as Paul Espargaro comes on through. Hopefully, Paul can help me out then. And we can work together to catch up into the points. Hopefully. But on the acceleration, little bit of wheelie. Yeah, that's costing us a lot. And here comes Morbidelli. Look at the speed difference. Even the factory Yamaha is killing us on the straights. Oh, that's a very optimistic braking move. And here comes Morbidelli. And then inside. No! Oh, no way. That's your race, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that is absolutely devastating. I tried so hard to just stay in the points there, but now we've been taken out. There's no chance. We can't fight back from that. And unfortunately, we will not be receiving any points in our debut. And quite honestly, that is the worst debut I've probably ever had in a MotoGP career mode. That is abysmal. Back to the drawing board, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we can bounce back a lot better in the next race in Argentina. But sorry to let you down, guys. That was not good. But championship standings as it stands, Pecco Bagnaia, the perfect 100 points. 100% of points, should I say, with 37. The 12 for the sprint and 25 for the race victory as well. And I'll leave you pretty much with everything else because I need to record the next couple of videos. I've got to put in more practice and hopefully we can be a bit more positive in the next videos because this one has been absolutely terrible. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Let me know how your career mode has been going so far. Has it been as difficult as that has been for me? Is there something wrong with my GasGas? Definitely let me know because I need answers and I need help. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.